Today on the podcast, I want to talk about Twilio, who is expanding CustomerAI capabilities and is adding a bunch of new generative and predictive AI features to their product lineup. This is a very interesting company that we've been watching for a while. We're going to talk about some of the implications, some of the features, what they're doing, and why this is important in the AI space. So let's dive into it. Welcome to the AI Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Jaden Schaefer. Make sure that you go to aibox.ai, link in the show notes, to join the waitlist for our new AI platform. We're going to be launching an incredible platform that allows you to build anything you want with workflows in AI. So you're able to chain together ChatGPT and image generators and audio generators to make really powerful apps for your organization, or you can host them on our marketplace and actually generate royalties from them. So make sure to go to aibox.ai and join the waitlist. In addition, if you like the podcast, if you could do me a massive favor and please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcast. This helps me be able to get better guests on here as they check the reviews to see how you guys are liking it. So if you could please do that, I would really appreciate it. Have you ever wanted to start your own podcast? I record and publish podcasts on a platform called Spotify for Podcasters, and I absolutely love it. Essentially, you can upload from your phone or computer, and it distributes to every platform that plays podcasts. They support video podcasts, and you can make money on the platform with ads or even podcast subscriptions, something that has made my life so much easier as a podcaster. So if you're interested, I highly recommend you give it a try. You can download the Spotify for Podcast app or go to spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your podcast today. The first thing that I want to say here is that Twilio, as I mentioned, is definitely kind of intensifying its focus on AI with a really big range of new capabilities under its CustomerAI banner. So announced at their kind of Twilio's annual Signal conference, these AI advancements have been evolving through the whole year, and they're augmented by a significant partnership that they've done with OpenAI. So Twilio is pretty much adding to its product offering, including its customer data platform, its CDP, their contact center, and their marketing functionalities with next-level AI solutions. So among these new capabilities is a feature known as voice intelligence, which employs large language models to glean actionable insights from voice conversations. Very interesting, right? So these insights are not just kind of surface-level metrics. They dig into customer attributes or traits that can be integrated into Twilio's CDP, enhancing kind of the overall customer engagement experience. So Catherine Murphy, who is the SVP of product at Twilio, said, CustomerAI is both predictive and generative. And so then she kind of elaborated that the AI tool offered kind of under the whole CustomerAI provides businesses with a, quote, flywheel of understanding, which essentially utilizes the collected data to better engage with their customers, right? And Twilio is a really interesting automation software. It does a lot of great things, but even if you're not a developer, you can essentially set up essentially what happens with your customer journey. So if a customer is calling, you can have it automatically go, you can set out kind of like workflows where the call gets routed to a certain place or automatically sends a message to a certain person. And you can kind of build out these workflows. There's a ton of different products that they have, but essentially, because they integrate with a lot of different like customer calling and messaging and those types of software, they have a lot of data around conversations that customers are having, like that's customer service or sales or other areas. And they're leveraging that to essentially build these really impressive AI technologies. So CustomerAI predictions is one of these predictive features that Twilio is rolling out. So the tool uses customer data and events to build models that can anticipate a variety of outcomes. So from a customer's lifetime value to their likelihood to make a purchase or even churn. And then these predictions are not just static data points. They power another new feature, which is generative journeys. So in essence, generative journeys allows marketers to kind of articulate their objectives in natural language. So, you could say like, I would like to increase sales. I would like to decrease churn. Like you can talk to the system and you give it your objectives and get the response. So it takes care of a lot of the heavy lifting using predictive data and customer traits to tailor the campaigns, which I think is a departure from the more manual journey builder approach, which traditionally is employed in marketing, right? I have a background in marketing, and a lot of times when you're building out automations, you're like, okay, if a customer, sends this message, then we're going to we're going to respond with an automated email here. Then 3 days later, we have another automated email. If they, text the number in that, then we're going to send them like the coupon here. You build these automated flows. What's really cool is now that it's using AI to build out an automated flow that is the most likely to help your customer do your desired outcome. So you're like, build me a flow for my customer based on the fact that I would like to help decrease churn for customers that have issues, or increase sales for customers that traditionally have really liked your product, right? You can give it all sorts of objectives. So I think moreover, Twilio is really kind of focused on this responsible AI use. It says it plans to implement what it calls AI nutrition fact labels, which essentially are designed to provide a really transparent control of how AI models are employed and how the data is processed. I think a lot of people really appreciate that transparency, especially when you're working with, like a lot of customers' data. Beyond everything it's doing in AI, Twilio is also launching a data-focused feature called linked profiles, thanks to its partnership with Databricks. So essentially utilizing Databricks' kind of Delta Lake and also Delta sharing technologies, linked profiles enables organizations to understand customer relationships at a household or even an account level. So for instance, this can aid in kind of comprehending various buying roles within complex B2B or B2C scenarios. So one of the key advantages of Twilio's partnership with Databricks is the ability to use a zero-copy architecture. So this technology allows data to be shared across profiles without the need for redundant copies, and really kind of is streamlining the data management process. So Murphy also hinted at the potential for further collaboration between Twilio and Databricks, particularly in the AI space, given that Databricks actually, they just recently acquired Mosaic ML. I covered this a while back, but they acquired Mosaic ML for $1.3 billion to essentially expand their AI capabilities. And so Murphy specifically said, quote, "We're pretty excited about their Mosaic acquisition, as that just adds another level." I do think this is a good piece of news for Databricks, though. Just on a side note, like when you have some of your customers or partners saying like, "Hey, we're super happy you guys just acquired this other company," it was probably a good acquisition that adds a lot of value to what Databricks was actually doing. And of course, Mosaic ML, great company. They're doing some very interesting things. So I think it was a solid partnership, but a lot of people kind of were like, oh man, like, I don't know. They kind of raised their eyebrows at the $1.3 billion price tag. Of course, Mosaic ML was probably worth it. And if it's helping them to have more partnerships and customers and achieve more, it was definitely worth it. So I think the key takeaway here is kind of Twilio's substantial progress in integrating AI capabilities across this platform. It's really just kind of like offering business tools that are not just intelligent, but also very actionable. And, they're focusing on what's ethically responsible, or really, I think, just being transparent with the data, which is what a lot of people want to see. So they're just responding to kind of their audience. I think with partnerships like those with OpenAI and also with Databricks, I think they're clearly kind of setting the stage for a future where AI doesn't just augment, but essentially transforms customer engagement. And this is definitely an area we'll be following closely in the future.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. That's the sound of switching your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling. Harness the best converting checkout and same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Stop leaving sales on the table. Discover why millions trust Shopify to build, grow, and run their business. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech23.
Thank you for listening to the AI Chat Podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, I'd appreciate it if you rate me wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're looking for an innovative group of AI enthusiasts, make sure you check out our Discord channel and also our Facebook community. It's obviously a lot more interactive than a podcast, where we can actually share software tools, prompts that we're using in everyday AI. I'll leave a link for those in the description below.